Hello, everybody. I just wanted to let everybody know today is November 1st. I'm going to go see the movie Bohemian Rhapsody, and it's the day before Freddie Fridays. So, my review of the movie is for Freddie Fridays, everybody. And I will be back, and after that, I will do my review.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your
Hello, everybody. I was at the movie theater quite a bit of hours ago, and I had watched the movie Bohemian Rhapsody for Freddie Fridays. Now I'm going to do my review of Bohemian Rhapsody. And I do want to point out that there is one big problem with the movie, and I'm going to start with that first. As so you know, I've been a huge Queen fan for so many decades that I even bought this book, The 40 Years of Queen. This is the American version, and I'm going to do a review on it in the near future. But I do want to point out that this is more accurate than the Bohemian Rhapsody movie, because the biggest problem is the inaccuracies. There are certain songs that were put on each timeline that they shouldn't have appeared on, and it almost pulled me out of the movie. There were some inaccuracies that I didn't mind at all, and I gave a pass. But there were a couple of inaccuracies, especially with certain songs, that were so inaccurate that I didn't give a pass to. And they almost pulled me right out of the movie. And that's the biggest problem. If it wasn't for that, and if they would have put the actual songs on their right timelines, I think this would have been a Best Picture candidate. Unfortunately, because of those inaccuracies, it's not going to be a Best Picture winner, or probably be even a candidate for Best Picture when the Oscars come up. Another problem that I had, even though this was a small nitpick, and they were in only certain shots, is the eye color of the actor. At times, the eye color, the actual eye color of the actor showed up in a couple of shots when it was supposed to be brown, because Freddie Mercury's actual eye color was brown, just like mine. And as you can see, my eye color is brown. That's how it should have been with the actor as well in all of the shots. There were only certain shots where the eye color was inaccurate with the actual character. Because if the director would have saw that in certain shots, he probably would have corrected it. It was never corrected, and I really feel that some of the direction could have been fixed. Unfortunately, they were not, and as a result, inaccurate eye color was in certain shots with the actor that played Freddie Mercury, Rami Malek. The only other nitpick was with Freddie Mercury's body hair, because he had a lot of body hair in real life, and they could have included more body hair with the actor, so that way he would have looked like more of Freddie Mercury if they would have done it that way. Unfortunately, they left that alone and just kept the body hair of the actor instead, and not did any alterations with the body hair to make him look like Freddie Mercury. Now on to the good points, the positives. I was talking about Rami Malek and Freddie Mercury. Despite the inaccurate eye color, the lack of body hair, Rami Malek's performance as Freddie Mercury was brilliant. The entire cast, for example, was fantastic. The entire cast did a brilliant and fantastic job. There's a couple of actors that could possibly be either Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, or Best Actress, because many of the actors and actresses that played in this movie were fantastic. Definitely worthy of an Oscar performance for almost every single actor or actress. Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury, brilliant. The person that played Brian May, John Deacon, Roger Taylor, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. The person that played Mary Austin, brilliant. Mike Myers' performance, brilliant. He did an excellent job in this movie as EMI's actual executive. Even though it was kind of fictionalized a little bit, I was fine with it. And it didn't matter to me how Mike Myers was doing. He did a fantastic job. No question about it. The entire cast was brilliant. Some of them are Oscar-worthy performances. The acting was that excellent. Was that brilliant. The special effects at times was brilliant. And the way that they did Wembley Stadium, because the original Wembley Stadium was torn down back around 2002, 2003, where they did special effects to actually capture the real look of the actual Wembley Stadium. Brilliant. All of the special effects, brilliant. Camera work, brilliant. And I do want to point out, not all of the story was perfect, but at times, certain parts of the movie were actually brilliant. Some parts of the movie I actually enjoyed, and I felt that the ending to the movie was a nice touch. The only other nitpick that I had with this movie was I really felt that they should have talked about more of the albums. There were only some albums they decided to talk about, and the rest they completely ignored. If they would have talked about quite a bit of the albums that were quite popular when Queen was popular, I bet you that would have helped the film. But since they decided to ignore many of the albums, it kind of hurt the film a little bit. But the inaccuracies was the only real thing that hurt the film. Nothing else. And I've given this quite a bit of praise. So if I had to rate this green, yellow, or red card, Bohemian Rhapsody gets a green card. But I really felt that this movie could have been a Best Picture candidate if it wasn't for the inaccuracies. If they wouldn't have put certain things in with certain timelines that they didn't belong, I bet you the movie would have been a Best Picture candidate. But because of the inaccuracies that were so big that it almost pulled me right out of the film, it's not a Best Picture candidate, sadly. And this could have been. It really could have. So I'm giving it a green card, but only because this is for Queen fans. If you're not a Queen fan, you might not like this because of the inaccuracies. And this is not a true history of the band Queen because of the inaccuracies that are included in the film. So that's my review of Bohemian Rhapsody. I wanted to keep it spoiler free. Thank you very much for watching Freddy Fridays, and I will catch you next time. Peace out, everybody.